Good evening. It's Wednesday, March 5th, 2025. Welcome to the Town of Carmel Town Board. Tonight's Town Board meeting is a voting meeting, and first up, we have a public hearing about the zoning code. If everyone would please rise, face the flag. Councilman Lugo will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'd like to take a moment of silence for those who have sacrificed the ultimate sacrifice. Thank you. I'm just going to finish it and I just stopped.
Thank you, Mike. I call this meeting to order, and I ask if our town clerk would please do a roll call attendance.
Councilman Lugo?
Here.
Councilman Kearns?
Present.
Councilwoman McDonough? Here. Councilman Lombardi?
Here.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. So tonight is a public hearing, proposed local law amending Chapter 156, Town Code of the Town of Carmel, entitled Zoning. Could you read the notice, please, Alice?
Sure. Notice of rescheduling the public hearing. Notice is hereby given that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel will conduct a public hearing at Town Hall, 16 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, 10541, on Wednesday, March 5th, 2025, at 7 p.m. or as soon thereafter that evening as possible, on a proposed local law amending Chapter 156 of the Code of the Town of Carmel entitled Zoning. Copies of the full text of the proposed local law are available in the lobby at Town Hall, the Town Clerk's office during normal business hours, as well as on the Town of Carmel website. At said public hearing, all interested persons shall be heard on the subject thereof. The Town Board will make every effort to assure that the public hearing is accessible to persons with disabilities. Anyone requiring special assistance and/or reasonable accommodations should contact the Town Clerk. By order of the Town Board, the Town of Carmel, Alice Daly, Town Clerk.
Thank you. Can you get a motion to open the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Seconded by McDonough. And all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, so the public hearing is open for comment. BISC. Right? Is that what that says?
That's what I think that's what it says.
Big C.
Oh, big C.
Nope.
Is that
Move
Frank?
on to number 2.
All right. Michael Sirigano. Good evening.
Thank you. I'm Michael Sirignano. I'm an attorney, and I'm here with my client, Angelo Lupino. He's the principal of Yankee Land Development. Yankee Land Development owns 109-plus acres off of Owen Drive and Bigot Road. It's access through those roads. We currently have an extension for a subdivision approval for 14 single-family homes. And we're here tonight because we think the new zoning classifications and definitions, there may be an omission that would impact Angelo's property. Under the current zoning, as a special exception use, multifamily dwellings for the elderly are permitted in the R zone, which is what his property, 109-acre property, is currently zoned. But in your proposed new zoning, his property is going to fall in the LDR, and the multifamily is omitted from the LDR completely, as it is from the MDR. And we think that may be an omission because I reviewed the comprehensive plan, and nowhere in the comprehensive plan does it recommend that multifamily be eliminated from this site or any other sites that are currently zoned R and will be rezoned according to this new law. So we're asking your council to consider adding as a special exception use or conditional use multifamily dwellings to the LDR zoning classification as a special principal use is allowed by a special use permit. Again, we feel it's an omission. The comprehensive plan didn't recommend that it be taken away from Mr. Lupino, and frankly, the current approvals we have are just not economically feasible. The best and highest use of this property would be for multifamily. Angela, you want to speak?
Well, the only thing I wanted to add was, hey, you need 10 acres of property at least. We have 109, almost 110 acres in this one area. And I think it would be sad if we couldn't try to develop it that way.
I also note there are over 70 nearby properties within 500 feet of ours. They're much smaller than 3 acres. Many of them, if not all of them, are less than an acre. And so it's really, it'd be his proposal to go to the planning board with a townhouse development is really consistent with the existing neighborhood and the access way to his 109-acre property.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on, I think Mike.
Can I ask a question? Are you saying senior multifamily or multifamily?
Well, currently, under the current law, senior multifamily is permitted as a conditional use.
Correct.
We're asking for just general multifamily, if the board is amenable to that. If not, we could live with senior.
Okay, because our senior requires municipal water and sewer, which is not down there.
No, we don't have that. We're going to have to, we have already 2 wells that have proven out.
Okay, I just want to make sure everybody understands. There was a reason
Right.
that things weren't allowed in certain zones because of the lack of sewer, lack of water, things that would not meet this code, the existing code. So
Right.
that's why they were not allowed, and that's why we differentiated SMR, senior multifamily residential, separate zone. So just so you understand that that's how it was broken out in code.
Yep.
But we do have plenty of septic.
Understood. I'm just telling you, there was a requirement for, it says community or municipal water and municipal or community water, sewer and water. So either way, it was just, that was the requirement at the time. That's why it was taken out and changed to this, the areas that it's in right now.
Yep.
And I'm reading from your comprehensive plan update, objective 3.4, and I'm quoting, the zoning chapter, current zoning chapter, also states that multifamily developments are allowed in the R zone and can include garden apartment design or townhouse design.
And you can do that if you do a cluster, but a cluster is not going to work because then you would only end up with, I think we figured 14 units as opposed to the 65 or whatever it was, the 64 that you were trying for. So
Yeah.
we had a discussion about it in if you do a cluster, do a conventional layout, you get X amount of lots. That's including taking out all the wetlands and steep slopes and
The
things like
steep
that.
slopes and all.
So they would have ended up with that many units instead of 64. So that's why they're here now.
So
Thank you.
we'd ask the board to give some thought to that, and if it's not something you're prepared to do, then we'd probably have to come back to you for a zoning change,
Yeah.
because we can't build out the approved plan.
Yeah, we'll definitely take it under consideration. Thank you.
Thank you.
The properties leading in are not substantial enough for a 3-acre house anymore. And no one wants to buy it or build it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Roland. Yes, sir. Well, that's part of the zoning.
Okay. Give you all a copy so you can follow the bouncing ball.
Thank you, Roland. Looking sharp tonight.
Well, you know, that's the way we Marines are.
Till you get to the Navy, right?
Yeah. You guys carry us around. Good evening, Town Supervisor Cazzari and Town Board members. My name is Roland Ciafron. I'm on Lounsbury Drive in Baldwin Place. I'm here tonight to thank each of you that stepped up to the plate to help us defeat the plans to construct the 116-megawatt BESS on Miller Road that backs up to Union Valley. You listened to all of the concerns from we the people and residents from nearby Mahopac and Somers neighborhoods. You understood the dangers of the BES and most recently saw the destruction caused and sickness caused by the Moss Cove, California BES explosions and fire that spread contaminants for up to 15 miles from the epicenter. This technology is in its infancy, and it's put forth by the lunatic fringe to correct a problem that they themselves created. You can never know the elation, joy, and happiness that we all felt that day 2 weeks ago when Matt Slater called my neighbor Stephanie to let us all know that the project and permit was pulled. Last week was a year almost to the day that we learned about such a monstrous complex that was being proposed. We organized and we came to these meetings to express our concerns. 1, you listened. 2, you put in place a moratorium. 3, you crafted the law to outlaw the Tier 2 BES units. 4, you updated the master plan to prevent these from coming back into your town. 5, you presently upgraded or are in the process of upgrading your zoning. We had help from our other politicians up the chain a little bit. Congressman Mike Lawler came out with Matt Slater to see exactly what the issue was. Assemblyman Matt Slater, you talk about attention to detail. Matt's been all over this and out in Albany, and for those who've been responsible for putting this project out there. New York State Senate candidate Gina Arena, constantly with us in the trenches, with all our signs carrying on our rallies on Route 6. Brought me back to my youth carrying a sign and rallying. And New York State Senate Minority Leader Rob Ort, who also came out to visit the site. All of you were instrumental in getting the final results. One more piece of this puzzle is the Indian burial ground that we know of on the property in the back. This hallowed site is the burial ground of 17 members of the Wappinger tribe. We would like to get this thing certified along the way and put on the record as a sacred Native American burial site. In closing, to reiterate, Supervisor Mike Cazzari, Town Board members Frank Lombardi, Susie McDonough, Rob Kearns, and Mr. Lugo, you are all to be commended for your actions. And I will close this by saying, job well done. And I thank you all for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Thank you, Roland.
Can I say something?
Go.
Roland, I appreciate, it's very rare over the years that people have come and said thank you. So I do appreciate that. I appreciate your phone call that we had a couple of weeks ago.
Without your assistance, we would never be where we are.
And what I want, yeah, no, and tremendously appreciate it. One of the things that in the beginning was causing a little strife between the town and the residents, we had to follow a certain procedure and process in case there was litigation down the line. So while it made you all unhappy with what appeared to be inaction or lack of things that we were saying, we needed to stay quiet and do these things that we were doing in a certain way. So this way, in case there was litigation later on, we and the residents, when we finally completed what we wanted to do, were protected. So I know, sometimes that happens, and
We were just very anxious about.
of course.
Get the result.
Listen, as close as you are to that property, I'm only a mile and a half in the other direction. But I really do appreciate your call. I appreciate the residents who reached out and thanked us for, that's what we do. But unfortunately, we have town code, we have state law, we have all kinds of stuff that we have to go by, and with the advice of council, we did things a certain way, which got us to where we are today.
And I just wanted to reiterate what Councilman Lombardi said. I also want to thank you for the call. We came a long way. After that April 3rd meeting, many of you guys came to my Connect with Kearns that following Saturday, and you guys just wanted your voices to be heard. Well, we listened and we got this done, and again, I can't commend you guys enough for sticking up and fighting the good fight. And, you know, this started a long time ago. You and I went to a Second Amendment meeting where the individuals came, and I think the representatives from East Point Energy and myself had some words about a tax break there. So I want to thank you and everyone that was a part of this. We all came together and we were able to get this done because of you guys. So thank you all.
Charles?
Hi, everybody. Charlie Melchner Jr., Mahopac resident forever. I'm here just real quick. I wanted to thank everyone. I know it seems redundant, but while we were going through these zoning changes and stuff, all of you on the town board really took the time to work through the concerns that many of us had and the wording and how the laws were being written and how they would affect from the smallest piece of property to the largest pieces of property, how it would affect the community on the lake, the people that were boating, as well as the people that are paying taxes, that are in the district and all that. You took all that into concern, and I believe the new laws with I believe what to be the spirit of the laws, and even up to tonight we were looking at what was going on and how it was being written. I believe the spirit of it is done properly, in my opinion, to the best you guys possibly could to make it all happen. So I want to commend you on that. Thank you. It is a big thing. Off of the lake part of it, the downtown zoning that you're proposing, I believe is going to be instrumental in putting some new life into some areas in downtown, helping with the expansion of sidewalks and lighting and all the things that we're trying to push forward with. And it should be a great enhancement to it. So thank you for trying to push to get this done. And I believe that this is really the efforts of a town board that's working well together. So thank you all for that. And that's it. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out.
Charlie, I just want to say thank you for also giving your input. You know, I know you've lived here for quite some time. Your family goes way back, and we appreciate your help also. So thank you, of course.
So, anyone else? Yeah.
Can I just say something real quick?
You want to come up to?
They won't even do that thing. I already shook hands, thank you, thank you. Our group is no longer just Carmel and, Somers. We're sticking together and we're going after Westchester County and Putnam County now. So if along the way, you guys want to jump in or get involved,
We'd be more.
there's availability. We're online on the same website.
I could speak for myself.
Thank you.
I'm more than happy to.
Thank you very much for
Thank you.
everything you did for us in your other job, too. Appreciate it.
You gotta get rid of those things, it's just no good.
Yes, sir. All right, so if there are no other comments, can I get a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Seconded by Kearns and McDonough, and all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So can we get a motion to consider a resolution making a negative determination under the New York State Environmental Quality Review?
Want to read that?
I'll read it.
Oh, go ahead.
Well, you can read it.
No.
Would anybody want to make a motion to do it?
So moved.
And second? Okay, and all in favor of?
Aye.
Aye. So,
He's got to read it, yeah.
yeah, we got to read it, right. You got to read it, then do I. Yep. You want to read it or me?
Go right ahead.
The Hulk has him all flustered
All
today.
right. Yeah, the Hulk. Scary. Whereas, the town board has reviewed the generic environmental impact statement and the expanded environmental assessment form, which has been prepared by Nelson Pope in connection with the proposed repeal of the existing Chapter 156 of the Town of Carmel Code entitled Zoning and the enactment of a new amended Chapter 156. And whereas the town board has assessed the possible impacts of said action and associated with the adoption of the land use policies embedded with the proposed enactment and their magnitude on the environment in accordance with seeker regulations, given due consideration thereto, and whereas the adoption of said zoning amendments is a type 1 action under 6 New York CRR Part 617 of the State Environmental Review Regulations, and whereas within the adoption of municipal zoning regulations, there is only one involved agency, to wit, the Town of Carmel Town Board. Now, therefore, be it resolved that pursuant to Part 617 of the seeker regulations, the Town of Carmel Town Board hereby designates its intention to serve as lead agency in seeker review of this action, and be it further resolved that pursuant to Part 617 of the impending regulations pertain to Article 8, New York State Environmental Quality Review Act of the Environmental Conservation Law, the lead agency hereby determines that the proposed action will not be a significant adverse effect on the environment, and be it further resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby determines that based on the information contained in the GEISIS and expanded assessment form and their analysis thereof, this proposed action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts under the seeker regulations, and thereby adopts a negative declaration in regard to this proposed action. I offer this is read.
Second.
Second by Lombardi, and I think all in favor? Well, yeah?
Roll.
Oh, roll call.
Councilman Lugo?
Aye.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. So will somebody make a motion to accept the proposed law as what? Adopt.
As noticed and published.
Second.
So as noticed and published. And a roll call on that, please.
Greg, is that repeal and replace has to be in there, the
It is
language?
repeal and replace, that's correct.
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. So, get a motion to open the voting meeting, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You want
Yeah,
to
okay.
say something?
You want to say something?
No, you say something.
Oh, first, let's close the public hearing.
This is a long time coming. You should say, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're done.
It passed.
You got to follow along, it's hard.
So close the meeting and then.
Yeah,
and
so
then-
we got to open the meeting.
Thank you, Michael.
Michael, I just want to give Mr. Carnazzi here a shout out. You know, we couldn't have done this without him. He was instrumental, especially in the last month or two, to really get this thing over the line. This has been, 5 years in the making? And, you know, we couldn't have done it without you. So thank you so much for all your hard work. You know, it was, thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
And the planning board for their help in
planning board for
reviewing,
their
and the
input,
planner.
and the community.
Susie, and the
Yep.
community.
Team effort.
A
A
team
big team effort.
Go team.
Long time
So,
coming.
anybody want to make a motion to open the voting meeting?
So moved.
Second.
And all in favor?
Aye.
The first up is a resolution authorizing improvements at Sycamore Park. Mike Lugo, could you read that, please, sir?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, in connection with the proposed project of Ellie Potter, Girl Scouts of America Troop Number 2479, hereby authorizes the performance of improvements at Mahopac Chamber Park in accordance with the memorandum and plans provided by Director of Recreation and Parks Nina Calamire, as detailed in the memorandum to the Town Board dated February 13th, 2025, and be it further resolved that upon presentation of insurance certificates for all vendors and contractors proposed to perform improvements in connection with this authorization in form acceptable to the town attorney, the aforesaid work may be commenced. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
And can we get a roll call on that?
Councilman Lugo?
Aye.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is appointing a representative to the Recreation and Parks Advisory Committee. Councilman Lombardi, could you read that?
Resolve the Town Board of Town of Carmel hereby appoints Melanie Layton to the Town of Carmel Recreation and Parks Advisory Committee for a term commencing immediately and expiring December 31, 2027. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by McDonough. And can we get no, just all in favor?
Yeah.
Ready?
Aye.
Aye.
Unanimous.
There's no salary.
There's no salary, yes. Thank you, Melanie, for volunteering for that. Next up
Oh, man. Sore.
is another appointment to the Recreation and Parks Advisory Committee. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby appoints Tina Capizzola to the Town of Carmel Recreation and Parks Advisory Committee for a term commencing immediately and expiring December 31st, 2027. I offer this as read.
Second.
Second by McDonough. And all those in favor?
Yes.
And thank you, Tina. I know how much that you do already with the seniors. Appreciate you volunteering for this. Our fourth resolution is authorizing budget modifications. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that one?
Yes. Whereas Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell has reviewed the proposed budget modifications for the period ending December 31st, 2024, with the Town Board, which are detailed and explained on the attached budget revisions scheduled number 2024/07. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes and ratifies the final budget modifications revisions for the period ending December 31st, 2024, as shown itemized on the schedule number 2024/07, attached here to, incorporated herein, and made a part hereof. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Kearns. Can we have a roll call for that, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 5 is a resolution authorizing encumbrances 2024 funds for
Expenditures.
expenditures in 2025. Thank you.
Welcome.
Whereas it is recommended by the Town Comptroller's Office that 2024 government budget funds be encumbered or reserved for the 2025 budget appropriations based on recent approved Town Board resolutions and/or specific projects in progress for various purposes. Now therefore it be resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel authorizes the Town Comptroller's Office to encumber or reserve unexpended 2024 government fund monies for expenditures in fiscal year 2025 as followed and as pre-filed with the town clerk. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
My mic seems like
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 6 is authorizing a vehicle purchase for the Highway Department. Councilman Lugo, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Superintendent of Highways, Michael Stern, hereby authorizes the purchase of a 2024 Ram 5500 4x4 cab and chassis pickup from Dutchess Chrysler Jeep, Poughkeepsie, New York, under New York Office of General Services Contract PC 68980, Group 40440, Award Number 23166, at a cost not to exceed $69,000, and in accordance with quotation attached to the memorandum of Michael Stern dated February 18th, 2025. And be it further resolved that the Town of Carmel Highway Superintendent Michael Stern and/or Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari are hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to effectuate this purchase authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is a resolution consenting to the formation of a sewage works corporation under New York State Transportation Corporation law. Councilman Lombardi, could you summarize that?
I was trying.
You want to do it?
I just would summarize it if you want. This is.
Please.
It's Old Forge Estates. It's a subdivision within the town of Carmel, and they've gotten approval to construct a community subsurface treatment system from the health department. They have gotten preliminary approval from the town planning board for the subdivision. So what has to happen with community systems like that is under the Transportation Corporation law, the town board consent is needed. And there's certain conditions that the corporation has to be formed. The original stock certificates have to be deposited with the town clerk. And any, whatever long-term lease that there will be for the operating agency to use the property will be deposited and assigned to the town, and the maintenance bond. So this is the consent of the town board. The town engineer did do an investigation. It took a couple years from the application until we got here. He has no objection to the formation, and this is your formal recognition of that. So you can move it as pre-filed with the town clerk. That's probably longer than the resolution.
I was just going to say, I'm a pretty quick reader, and it would have been...
No,
Thanks,
but now we,
Greg.
but now
Thank
we have
you,
an
thank you.
understanding of it, though. Which I had understanding, but they didn't have understanding.
That's better
It was on last
understanding.
week.
That's better understanding.
Gotcha.
Yes.
All right. I offer the resolution number 7 as pre-filed with the clerk's office and digested as by the town clerk in a
With
very
excellence.
by town council in a very lengthy explanation.
So somebody second that?
Lugo seconded.
Oh, can we have a roll call on that?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Next up is a resolution authorizing the purchase of vests for the Town of Carmel Police Department. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, upon the recommendation of Town of Carmel Chief of Police Anthony Hoffman, hereby authorizes the purchase of 21 point-blank ballistic vests from Federal Eastern International, Jacksonville, Florida, at a cost not to exceed $50,804.67 under New York State Office of General Services Contract PC 69427, and in accordance with quotation from February 12, 2025, and be it further resolved that the town supervisor, Michael S. Cazzari, and/or Chief of Police Anthony Hoffman is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal authorized herein, and be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required for the cost to fund this authorization. I offer this as read.
Second.
Seconded by Lombardi. Can we have a roll call on that?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 9 is authorizing a petition to fix water rates for fiscal year 2023 and 2024. Councilwoman McDonough, could you read that?
Yes. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as Commissioners of Carmel Water Number 2, Carmel Water District Number 2, and for purposes of 6 NYCRR Section 603.3, 6 NYCRR Section 603.4, and 6 NYCRR Section 603.6, hereby authorizes the petition to the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation in the aforesaid proceeding to review and/or fix water rates charged to Carmel Water District Number 2 for the fiscal years 2023 and 2024 by the New York City Water Board pursuant to Section 24-360 of the Administrative Code of the City of New York, New York Public Authorities Law, and Article 15 of the Environmental Conservation Law of the State of New York. And be further resolved, the Town Supervisor, Michael S. Cazzari, is hereby authorized to execute all documentation and take all necessary action to effectuate this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 10 is authorizing commencement of litigation. Councilman Kearns, could you read that?
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes Costello and Fulchetti LLP, 1875 Route 6, second floor, Carmel, New York, to commence litigation against the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation and the New York City Water Board relating to ruling of the Deputy Commissioner issued November 8, 2024 in New York State DEC Office of Hearings and Mediation Service, case number 201671203. And be it further resolved that such services are hereby authorized at a rate of $225 per hour. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilwoman McDonough. Can we have a roll call on that?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes.
So can I just say something real quick?
Yeah.
So just to clarify this resolution, back in August, the Supreme Court granted us, and Greg, correct me if I'm wrong here, that we were entitled to a hearing regarding the water rates that New York City, the DEC was opposing on us, right? The water commissioner for the New York City DEC denied that request. Am I saying that correct?
Generally, yes, the resolution before this was an authorization to file a petition contesting the water board of the city of New York's rates. We had done that in the previous years. We had a couple of rulings, got all the way up to Supreme Court in Albany, and in August, the Supreme Court justice who ruled on that said that the water district residents were entitled to a hearing on whether the water board's rates were fair and reasonable. That's the standard. And then in November, we got a ruling from DEC saying we're not getting a hearing. So
this is formally to appeal that decision and contest their water rates for Water District 2, correct?
correct.
Thank you.
So they don't have to listen to the Supreme Court.
Right.
They think they could do whatever they
That's what they
want.
think.
So the crux,
But-
yeah, so the crux of the issue is
New York City.
everybody is paying the same rate for water where other municipalities, it's based on use of the system, the aqueduct system. Our water water too, comes right out of Lake Lenita. It doesn't ever go in the aqueduct, so it's wrong to charge us for something
We're not using.
that we're not using, and that's the crux.
We're
And
gonna fight it.
our esteemed attorney has been fighting this for
6 years.
6
Yeah.
years.
Thank you, Greg.
Yep.
So number 11 is a resolution authorizing scheduling of a public hearing. Councilman Lugo, please read this.
Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the scheduling of a public hearing at Town Hall, 60 McAlpin Avenue, Mahopac, New York, 10541, on Wednesday, March 19th, 2025, at 7 p.m., or as soon thereafter that evening as possible, on a proposed local law amending Chapter 55 of the Code of the Town of Carmel, entitled Boats, Waterways, and Water-Related Activities, and be it further resolved that the Town Clerk, Alice Daly, is hereby authorized and instructed to publish and post the necessary notices in the official newspapers of the town and on the Town Bulletin Board regarding this public hearing. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Kearns. Can we have a roll call, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Yes.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 12 is order calling for public hearing in the matter of the increase and improvements of the facilities of Carmel Water District Number 2 in the town of Carmel, Putnam County, New York, additional costs. Councilman Lombardi?
So whereas the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, Putnam County, New York, has caused to be prepared a map, plan, and report, including an estimate of costs and supplemented pursuant to Section 202B of the Town Code, relating to increases in the improvement of the facilities of Carmel Water District Number 2 in the Town of Carmel, Putnam County, New York, being water tank improvements and related equipments and site improvements, including original furnishings, equipment, machinery, apparatuses, appurtenances, and incidental improvements and expenses in connection therewith, at a maximum cost not to exceed $3,762,615. And whereas it has been determined that a maximum estimated cost of Water District is $4,162,615, an increase of $400,000 over the previous estimate. And this is a Type 2 action pursuant to New York State Environmental Quality Review Act. A public hearing is scheduled for April 2nd, 2025 at 7 p.m. thereafter. I offer this resolution as pre-filed and summarized.
Second.
Second by both Kearns and McDonough. Can we have a roll call on that, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Number 13 is a resolution authorizing acceptance of proposals for professional services, FEMA HGMP number 4480-0095, generator acquisition and installation project. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel, acting as commissioners of the various water and sewer districts within the town, hereby authorizes the acceptance of the proposal of Wesson and Sampson, P.E. Architects, P.C., Albany, New York, for professional engineer services required for design, permitting, bid assistance, and construction administration services required in connection with the Federal Emergency Management Agency Generator Acquisition Project for the Carmel Town Hall facility and various water and sewer districts within the town of Carmel, and be it further resolved that such proposal shall be in a form as attached hereto and made a part thereof, and at a cost not to exceed $68,700, and be it further resolved that Town Supervisor Michael Cazzari is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal and authorize the actions contained herein, and be it further resolved that Town Comptroller Mary Ann Maxwell is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this as read.
Second.
Seconded by Councilman Lombardi. A roll call again, please.
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi? Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. And our final resolution, number 14, is authorizing acceptance of proposal for professional services construction management for town contracts C299, C300, C302, C304, and C305. Councilwoman McDonough, could you please read that?
Sure. Resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Carmel hereby authorizes the acceptance of the proposal of Weston and Sampson, PELSLA Architects PC, Albany, New York, for professional construction management services required in connection with the following capital projects within the Town of Carmel. C299, supply and install of air conditioning units at Town Hall. C300, Town Hall roof replacement. C302, supply and installation of air conditioning unit and air handler at Department of Recreation and Parks facility. C304, renovation of field house, bleachers, and dugouts at McDonough Park. And C305, renovation of RFG Community Center at Sycamore Park. And be it further resolved that such proposal shall be in form as attached hereto and made a part hereof, and at a cost not to exceed $55,000. And be it further resolved, the Town Supervisor, Michael Cazzari, is hereby authorized to sign any and all documentation necessary to accept the proposal and authorize the actions contained herein. And be it further resolved, the Town Comptroller, Mary Ann Maxwell, is hereby authorized to make any and all necessary budget transfers or modifications required to fund the cost of this authorization. I offer this resolution as read.
Second.
Second by Lombardi and Kearns. Could we have a roll call again, please?
Councilman Lugo?
Yes.
Councilman Kearns?
Yes.
Councilwoman McDonough?
Yes.
Councilman Lombardi?
Aye.
Supervisor Cazzari?
Yes. Public comment? Any,
Hello.
welcome back.
I know we talked a lot about all the work that you did for battery storage and your ban that you put in, so we really appreciate it. We thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You made us feel a lot better. With that said, I just quickly want to bring to your attention Senate Bill S5506. I spoke with Mr. Cazzari about this. Essentially, this bill would authorize energy storage permitting under the Office of Renewable Energy Siting and Electric Transmission, essentially completely stripping away local control and zoning. I just feel it's imperative that we all make our voices heard, that we oppose this bill. Maybe we can make other town supervisors aware of what this bill is trying to do. It would really, it would really stink if all the work that we have done gets erased because the state is simply trying to come in and take control of these things because there's too many moratoriums in place, and that's exactly what the bill says. The justification is because there's too many moratoriums. The reason there's so many moratoriums is because the people don't want these things. So simply just bringing to your attention this bill because you've done so much work, and I don't want to see that work, get pushed to the side. Thank you again for
Can I
everything
ask
you guys have done.
for you guys to do one thing?
Sure.
So, of course, bring it to our attention, which is awesome, and we will consider maybe a resolution or something at some point. You need to flood the phone. I know you are, but I'm letting people who are watching
Yes, thank you. Yes,
know.
if everybody could
You
make
need
their
to
voices
flood
heard, yeah.
the State Senate office, Assembly office, the governor's office.
Okay.
And give your opinion.
Yep. Yeah, so if everybody could make a phone call, that would be great, not just the board, if, all residents of the community, because this will affect everybody. If the state can take control of these things, you guys will have no say of where these are going to go. So.
It starts there. What else will they take control of,
Right, and that's essentially what they're trying to do. They're trying to streamline everything. The more they get control, the more they just want to take. So just simply bringing it to your attention, and thank you again for everything that has, been done over the last year. I really, really appreciate it.
Yeah. Steph, keep giving me emails and whatnot like that. No, because
Pain.
no, because we sent yours we mailed yours with my letter
Yeah.
to Lee Zeldin, EPA
Yes.
Administrator, and we'll just keep doing that, and maybe President Trump, if you're listening, you'll do something
Yeah.
about this, because Hochul is killing us.
Yes.
Yes,
They
they
listened
did.
to our resolution with
Yeah.
regard to congestion pricing.
So maybe
Yes,
they'll...
so
The
maybe
week
you have
after-
the special
The week
touch.
after we
Yeah.
passed the resolution, it was only a
No,
few
but
days.
seriously, maybe they'll listen to us, and yes, we'll get it to all the other towns.
Yes,
Yeah.
just so the other towns are aware, because like we said, once the state gets control, then we have nothing to hold on to. So, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
Thanks for
you.
coming again.
Staff, good job.
So, going once, twice? Okay, if there are no other public comments. So, myself and Councilman Kearns were in a Zoom with NYSEG and Matt Slater about the billing, and that the whole way that, thanks to closing Indian Point and there is no power, the supply and demand, again, not thinking with their heads at all. They've really hurt us all. So there's going to be 2 pop-ups. We had one last year also that Matt Slater had done with us with NYSEG. So NYSEG will be here at Carmel Town Hall on Thursday, March 13th from 1 to 3, and then again from 5 to 7. And you're welcome to bring your bill, and you can talk to them, and hopefully they'll be able to help you out in some way with a plan or something, because, there's people, and I think everyone on Facebook and the newspaper see it, their bills are like $1,000 now, which is just, it's disgusting. And we did learn about the day-night meter. Now with the smart meters, if you request it, they can switch it to the other meter. Yeah, SC1 and SC8. And
Learned way too much about meters.
yeah. But so we're 8 months of the year, like my house, we have the day-night. You're paying less at night, so you do your laundry, everything at night. It doesn't work with this, where they can...
It takes an average of your day and your night usage, and it creates an average for both. That's why you've seen a huge spike. So individuals who have an SC8 meter are the ones that are seeing a huge increase in their bills.
Yeah, so...
But there's also other factors in play. Again, if you show up to that... Sorry. If you show up to the March 13th meeting, they will be able to explain it a lot better than Supervisor Cazzari.
And if you can't make that, you actually can walk into NYSEG over there in the town of Southeast, right there off of 312.
And they're also having one in Yorktown as well.
Yes.
They're having one in
Yorktown's
Yorktown on a different date.
On the
that you'll be able
12th,
to-
Wednesday to 12th, the same time, Wednesday to 12th, Yorktown Town Hall, 1 to 3 and 5 to 7. And the only other,
Parade Saturday, Sunday.
yep, and we have the parade. We have the parade on Sunday, so the roads will be closed, I think, at 12:30. So it's going to go from the firehouse all the way to the new Stop and Shop, which was Kmart, or the drive-in, whichever you want to, or the car wash. And also, one of our board members, Councilman Kearns, is being honored by the Knights of Columbus, the Mahopac Knights of Columbus, 5743. They're going to have a dinner at St. John the Evangelist to celebrate St. Patty's Day, and that's going to be on Saturday the 15th at 5 p.m. And they'll be honoring, again, Rob Kearns for Irish Person of the Year, and of course, Father Simon.
Yeah, they're raising money for the...
And it's $35 a head and $20 per child. And I think you can get this at, yeah, you can RSVP.
I believe all the money raised is going to the parish.
Oh, it goes to the parish. Very good. And where is this? This is on the website of St. John's, right?
Correct.
Yeah, so St. John's website, you can get, you'll see this, and there's a QR code to do that.
Congratulations, Councilman Kearns. That's awesome. Irish Person of the Year. I like that.
Irish person.
Yeah, congrats.
Yeah. Are you going to do this now?
He's going to be doing the Irish jig there. I'm just letting you
I
all
might.
know.
They have Guinness there. I definitely will be.
No.
Is that it?
Today we had the opportunity, Councilman Kearns, Supervisor Cazzari, and myself to meet Hulk Hogan, and that was a lot of fun. We offered him money to power slam Supervisor Cazzari to the table, but he wouldn't take it.
He said he would do it for free.
Yeah, no, he just wouldn't take it. No, but it was awesome for the Hamlet of Carmel. The kids were super excited. Hulk Hogan was such a nice guy. You know, he was very welcoming to all of us, and
He's like America. America being.
yeah, he's America all in one. But he's a true legend, and I was just super happy to be part of it. So
But they really did ask him to body slam him, so it's true.
it was fun. It was fun. Those of you who were able to attend.
I just want to, one more thing. Last Friday, I attended the mandatory walkthrough for Carmel Water District 2. We had 5 engineering firms show up. You know, we're very hopeful that we're going to be able to do some good things for Carmel Water District 2. And again, I want to thank everyone from the Hamlet for stepping up and speaking out, because, you know, without them, we wouldn't have been able to get this done. So I want to thank everyone in Carmel for bringing this to our attention.
So we get a motion to close the meeting?
So moved.
Are we? I don't think we need to. No, we'll go home. It's raining. All right.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.